During the years 1949 through 1970, Dr. Jonathan Rankin conducted extensive research in the field of psychic phenomena and cataloged hundreds of events that defy rational explanation. The most intriguing aspect of the research was the discovery of an apparent relationship between many of these events and certain cemeteries located throughout the United States. According to Dr. Rankin, 453 people directly involved in these strange events were buried in only 23 separate cemeteries throughout the nation. This apparent final grouping of people who were touched by the unknown is referred to in parapsychology as the Rankin cluster phenomena. The following episodes are based on supposedly true events described in Dr. Rankin's writing and involving one of the mystery cemeteries.
There are few things as strange as reality, for reality comes to us wearing many faces, disguised as all manner of things. What is reality and what is illusion? Some things we think are real may be merely wisps of smoke from our minds, and some things we think illusion are merely cloaked in that guise, so they may play their parts without knowing what they really are. This is one reality. At least, we can think it is. And this perhaps reality starts off a chain of events so strange, we can only guess whether it was real or whether, after all, it was only an illusion. Did these events happen by coincidence or by an unknown and unknowable calculation? Let's start by populating this day's stage with some of the characters.
I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth.
Dave
Though
Terrell,
this body be destroyed, yet shall
Frank
I
Cameron,
see God, whom I shall see for myself.
Randy
and I
Powell.
shall behold. And
Three young men, college students,
we brought
all
nothing
the
into this
boy
world,
next door,
and it is certain
all
we
people
carry
we've
it
known
not.
before. Brother Taylor, a well-meaning and God-fearing man.
Blessed be the name of the Lord. And so, Lord, we commend to thee the earthly remains of John Davis.
Johnny Davis, the one who holds the rather dubious place of honor at this gathering. And this is Camille Davis, Johnny's mother, the seventh daughter of a seventh son. Does she have anything to do with our story? Perhaps. Let's unfold it.
He was cut down untimely. But you, in your infinite wisdom, know best. Take the soul of this young man, Lord, and may he dwell in your hallways forever. The Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Amen.
Listen you well to my word. One by land, two by sky. Look to the heptagon, for it is there. 7 times around go the 3 of you. And may your reward be just and true. Look to the heptagon, for it is there. 7 times around go the 3 of you, and may your reward be just.
Excuse me, sir. Would you like a refill on your drink? Sir, would you like another drink?
Excuse me. I think she's talking to you.
Would you care for something?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I would.
Okay, here. There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Would you care for anything?
Sorry, Father. Guess I was pretty deep in thought. I didn't even hear her.
We all get that way sometimes. Deep thought is sometimes a bridgeway across our problems.
Father, do you believe in the supernatural?
I'm sorry.
Well, I guess it sounds pretty silly, but I was wondering if you believed in the supernatural.
Don't you realize the supernatural is my business? You might say I'm a pro at it.
I hadn't thought of it that way. I guess you're right.
I'm one of those many people who have a supernatural boss. He's a good boss. Gentle boss. One who knows all the answers. Sometimes doesn't tell you what they are. What made you think of the supernatural anyway?
Oh, nothing.
Listen you well to my word. 1 by land, 2 by sky.
Well, yes, something. Well, look, Father, I'm not a Catholic.
It doesn't make any difference.
No, I guess it doesn't. Something has been bugging me for the last couple of days, and I really need somebody to talk to about it.
So, I've got 2 ears. Talk.
Well, I guess I should begin at the beginning. It all started in this pool hall. Randy Powell, this friend of mine, and I, and Dave Terrell. We're all roommates at State. I'm sorry, Father. I'm Frank Cameron.
Good to know you, Frank. I'm Father Dwayne.
It's good to know you too, Father. Well, anyway, we were at this pool hall, just having fun, and there was this guy there. Johnny Davis. We were just sort of kidding him around, you know. We didn't mean any harm.
Sure, she's ready. Don't you think so, Dave?
Sure she is, man. She was ready last night.
You know what?
What?
I'll bet we could fix old Johnny up with her.
Oh, I don't know, man. She might be a little tough for him. What do you think, Johnny?
Who is she? I don't know many girls. She's a new kid that just moved in down the block. She's about 17 and, well, you know. Hey, Randy, why don't you give her a call? We can send old Johnny over from right here.
All right. I'll just do that. Hello? Darlene? Remember me? This is Randy. Yeah. Well, I'm just down the street. Uh-huh. You are? Well, look, what are you doing tonight? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I just bet you are. Hey, look, Darlene. Dave and Frank are over here. And we have a good friend named Johnny. He'd like to have a day with you. You can? That's terrific. Well, you know what I mean, don't you, Darlene? Yeah. Well, as long as we understand each other. Well, look, this guy that's coming over tonight is a personal friend of mine. Dig? Yeah. So I want you to take real good care of him. Okay? Huh? Yeah, he'll be over in about 10 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Darlene. Have fun. Well, she wants to see him.
What's the address? Hey, I forgot her name.
Her name is Darlene, and she lives at 3536 Elm. Yeah, that's it, 3536 Elm. You got that? Yeah. You fellas over here?
Yeah, we'll be right here when you get through.
Okay, Johnny, get off.
Hey, man, where was that address you sent him to?
I don't know. What difference does it make?
Who's there?
It's me, Darlene. Johnny. You know, Randy called.
Who do you want?
Oh, come on, Darlene. Don't put me down. Just open the door.
There's no one here by that name. This is the Wilson residence.
They're named Darlene?
No, young man. You've probably got the wrong address. And besides that, you're liable to get hurt. Walking up to a strange house in the middle of the night. Why, I've got my husband's pistol out, and I certainly don't want to hurt anybody. Oh, dear God!
Darlene!
He was just a child.
gun in the house, but my husband insisted because he travels so much. Oh, my God. He was just a child.
It's all right, Mrs. Wilson. It was a tragic accident. Now, I'm sure there won't be any charges, but you understand you'll have to be at the station tomorrow.
I'll tell my husband. Who was the boy?
John Davis. Lived about 6 blocks from here. Is there any reason why he might have come here?
No. All I know is he asked for a girl named...
So that's how it happened, Father. If it hadn't been for our damn fool trick, Johnny would still be alive today.
Frank, I know it's upsetting, but a lot of times, without meaning to, we set into motion things we can't control. Now, maybe if you...
Wait a minute, Father. I know what you're going to say. I've heard it before. But that's not the end of the story. In fact, I'm not sure it's got an end.
Go on.
Well, we all went to the funeral. Not a big town. Everyone knew and liked Johnny. We could have cut our own throats. Anyway, after the funeral, his mother turned to us and said the strangest thing.
Listen you well to my word. 1 by land, 2 by sky. Look to the heptagon, for it is there. 7 times around go the 3 of you. And may your reward be just and true.
And that's what she said, Father. If I could only tell you about the tone of her voice. Look in her eye.
All right. She had just lost her only child. You can't be too angry with her anger.
I know. But it's what she said. Now, I looked up heptagon. That means a 7-sided figure. And she said 7 times around go the 3 of us.
What?
Well, Father, 7 days after the funeral, Dave and I were going to chemistry lab. We were in kind of a hurry.
Hey, man, you did. Yes, I did. I got her right upside the head, man. Really hit her? Yep. She just pushed me to the bar, and I just hauled off and let her have it. I don't think I hit a girl. Hey, listen, man, I gotta cut
That's the way it happened, Father. Exactly 7 days.
Look, Frank. Strange things happen to all of us. You're upset because of a distraught remark at a graveside made by a woman who'd lost her only child. Now, you're looking for reasons that don't exist. The only reason is sheer coincidence. Besides, time will take it away. I assume it was some time ago.
No, it wasn't. It was just last Thursday.
Today's Thursday.
I know. It was 1 week ago today. That makes this the 14th day. And 14 is 2 times 7.
Oh, stop it, Frank. You're letting a simple coincidence jar your entire life. Now, God works in strange ways, but he doesn't deal in hexes or witchcraft. Forget it. Look, you've got a life to lead. My advice is just to go back to school and leave it.
Sure, Father. Sure. Thanks for letting me bend your ear.
What else do you think we're here for? Well, Frank, This is where I get off.
I hope I've helped you.
Believe me, Father, you have.
Have a nice trip.
Flight 180 crash.
Oh, my God, where are they taking them?
Hangar B.
Come on, Father. It's gonna be all right, Frank.
No, it's not, Father. It's the 14th day, remember?
There's nothing more you can do, Father.
Father, could I talk to you a minute? Something's bothering me.
Well, certainly, Father Duane. Shall we go inside?
No, that's not necessary. What I have to ask is so strange and unreasonable that not only do I want God and you to hear it, I want the outdoors to hear it, too.
Couldn't be as bad as that.
Well, probably not, Father, but if you remember, I had just gotten off of Flight 180 before that crash. You recall 7 people were killed.
Yes, I do. Terrible thing. It was last Thursday, wasn't it?
Yes, 7 days ago. Let me tell you the story that one of the more unfortunate people on that plane told me. So, Father, do you think such a series of coincidences can just happen?
Well, Father Dwayne, I'll not say to you no. I know your heart is troubled, and this would be the 21st day, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. I don't know how I'm going to get this out of my mind.
Shall I tell you?
If you can, Father.
It's really fairly simple, as most things usually are. You mentioned the third boy's name, and you know that he attends college at the State University. Why don't you just call him there?
I've been afraid. It's a good idea, Father. I've been waiting for God to give me the answer.
God moves in strange ways, and sometimes employs the most ridiculous messengers.
Hall, he ain't here.
It's sort of important. I'd like to talk to him.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I was just kidding. Randy's gone for the day. But I can have him call you when he gets in this evening. No, sir. He's gone skydiving.
So Randy Powell went skydiving. What was it that woman named Camille said? 1 by land and 2 by air. Didn't Frank say that he found a heptagon to be a 7-sided figure? And didn't Dave die 7 days after Johnny's funeral? And Frank 14 days after? What is the reality and what is the illusion? Our story doesn't tell us. But I wonder if Randy knows that it's the 21st day.
Listen, you. 1 by land, 2 by sky. Look for the heptagon, for it is there. 7 times around go the 3 of you, and may your reward be just and true.
It is tradition that ghosts and ghouls and various other citizens of the grotesque wrap themselves in malevolent mists and deep darkness. Horror is a condition existing most often when morning seems farthest away. So it would seem unlikely that this bright spring day in 19...
time. He's got that dog with him, so I guess he's all right. I do wish he'd hurry, though. I'm worried the pot liquor in this stew's gonna be thick as molasses.
Gonna get colder tonight. Funny weather for this time of year. Fog will be thick and peaceful. Or maybe that pot liquor. You better water it down again, Ma.
Sometimes that boy's a caution.
Oh, goodness. Gave me a start.
Pa, I can't find Lady no place. I looked and looked, ain't found her no place.
Any place, and don't say ain't.
Pa, I couldn't find her. Will you help me look?
Son, she'll come home. Probably out chasing a coon. A rabbit. Ma, maybe the old gal's found herself a new lover. Get your hands washed, son.
Lady, lady, here, lady, here, lady. Here, lady. Here, lady. Lady? Is that you, lady? I didn't know who it was, Pa. Please. No. Don't. Oh, please.
Son, it's me, son. What in the world are you doing out here?
Papa. Is it really you? I didn't know who it was, Pa.
It's all right, son. It's all right now. What possessed you to come out here, son? Your ma and I was worried, son, when you weren't home in bed. Is that your dog down in that hole?
I don't think it's Lady, Pa. It's a crazy sound, ain't it?
easy. I agree with you there, Sully.
Just what, Lady Ma? Let's go.
Come on.
Anyway, the fact of the matter is the boy lost his dog. Yeah, you remember, lady? Yeah, we've used her for hunting. Now, it seems the boy was fishing and fell asleep. The darn dog plumb disappeared. And she ain't come back. Well, the kid asked his pa to help find the dog, but heck, Joe, he said the dog will come back and didn't pay it no more mind. So the boy went out looking for his dog in the middle of the night.
Did you find him?
Heck no, that ain't the whole story. Come on, Doc. Joe went out looking for his son, found him near out of his mind at the edge of a big hole in the ground.
What hole in the ground?
Oh, I don't know, just some big hole somewhere near Joe's place.
I'd imagine with all these heavy rains we've been having, it washed and opened into a cave. You know this county's full of them.
Yeah, that's true. Underground rivers and places, if you fell into them, man, you'd never get out.
Yeah, the craziest thing was the sounds coming out of that hole in the ground. Joe and the boy both heard them. Crazy sounds, weird. Like someone was in trouble in there at first. Maybe an animal down in there.
Probably the dog. I said it was probably the dog.
Nah, they don't think so. Anyways, Joe's gone up with constables to try to get him to go out there and check up on it. He thinks.
Any of you boys want to go with us out to Joe's place? Seems like there's a new cave opening. Maybe, anyway. Joe seems to think there's something down in it. Moaning and groaning.
That's right.
Yeah, we heard. I'll go. You know, we haven't had as much excitement around here since Widow Jones got in trouble with that book sale.
All right, let's go.
Me too. Wouldn't want to miss it. Back later.
Doc.
What are you gonna do, Pa? Somebody going down the hole?
Don't know yet, son. We haven't decided. Constable's going to look it over.
Come on, boys, take a look at this.
What, here 2 days? How often? Right. Be careful, son.
Wow.
Don't get too
Wow.
Well, what do you think?
I don't know, Joe. I'll take an awful lot to fill that hole.
Here, let's try this.
never heard a noise like that before.
So one thing, if we don't leave, we're going to get soaked.
Yeah, you may be right, Joe. Nothing we can do around here, leastwise not without a robe, huh? Yeah. Come on, boys. Come on, son.
What about my dog, Pa? You think it might be her down there?
No dog ever made a sound like that. Come on.
I don't know. I think we should have stayed out there. It stopped raining in a few minutes. Besides, there might be somebody down there.
Who?
Well, how in the hell do I know? Anybody, old fool. But if there is someone down there, then I think we ought to go down and try to get him out. You know, a little Christian attitude wouldn't hurt any of us around here.
Old Joe Richardson there about to pull. Could be she's slipping the hole.
Well, I think we ought to go back out there tomorrow.
Whatever's out there in that hole ain't human or animal. It's the work of the devil. Maybe it's a warning.
Son, go settle the man right into town and get the constable. Ask him to get Hank and Ned and anybody else he can find. And meet me at the hole. It's time we settle this thing.
Joe, I wish you wouldn't go. Not tonight, anyways. Why don't you wait till tomorrow when you have more light? What difference does it make? Have a worry about it, Joe.
Now look here, woman. You and your forewarnings and premonitions nonsense. Why, the boy still thinks it has something to do with his dog. Now, I really don't think the dog is down there, but we owe it to Jess to at least try. Don't you agree? And that wailing noise is getting serious.
It could be danger.
Please, Ma. We'll be home for long. You'll see.
You too. There's no stopping you. You be careful now, you hear?
We will, Ma. We will.
That's the scariest sound I ever heard. Makes your skin so tall.
Well, I'll say it again. There ain't nothing, neither human or animal, in that hole.
You may be right. You know, I say we ought to drop a stick of dynamite down that hole and blow it to kingdom come.
No, the dog might be down there.
It ain't human and it ain't animal.
What's that?
What's what?
That noise in the trees.
I hear nothing. Oh, it's the dummy.
Oh, boy, that's all we need him out here. How'd he get out here anyway?
I must have walked, I guess.
Yeah, I remember reading about a cave like that once, with these big rooms. Went back for miles. I mean miles. All underground, mind you. Like a city almost. Room after room of these crazy pillows of rocks, 1,000,000 different colors. Some different, some crazy. Some of the pillows even upside down, hanging from the ceiling.
Somebody ought to go down there.
Not me.
Hell no, you bust the rope.
What do you think we ought to do, Joe?
I'll do it, Pa. It just might be, lady. I don't want to get her back, Pa. She might be hurt, too. And how'd you ever get out?
It's not likely to have anything to do with the dogs.
Yes, but it might be, Pa. And if it is, I'd never forgive myself.
Well, if it means so much to you, I'll go down there. Leastways to take a look. I'm sure not going to let you do it. Bill, see if you can throw that rope over that limb. Let her hang down right here.
Okay, man. What's the rope?
Man, I wouldn't go down there for $1 million.
If I gave you $1 million, I wouldn't want you to go down that hole on the end of a rope.
Well, if I went down there, I wouldn't want you on the top end either.
All right, you men, hold on tight to the end of that rope. It's plenty deep. And there may be water down there, too. All right, let's get it over with. Got that lantern ready?
Oh, my God.
Okay, man. Easy does it.
Take it slow, Tom.
Well, where in the hell have you been?
I got here as soon as I could.
Well, come on, give us a hand on this rope. We're letting Joe down in the hole.
Why didn't you say so?
All right, take it slow, Tom. Remember, got a lantern down there. Can't go too fast.
He ain't on there. If he ain't something heavy as you are, you ought to be on the end of this rope and we're ready to pull Joe up.
Is that rope still slack? God, what's happening?
Oh, Joe. Pull it up! Pull it up! Something's happening to my paw!
Come on, pull! Pull!
I'm pulling! I'm pulling!
Hurry! Hurry! Pull on! Let's get him out of there! Pull! Pull!
I'm pulling! I'm pulling!
Harder!
Pull!
Pull harder! Hurry! Hurry! Pull! Pull!
Pull!
Pull harder! Pull harder! Hurry! Come on! Pull! Pull! Hurry! Come on! Pull!
He's dead.
He's still breathing. Help him up. Here, put this under his head.
Huh?
He's still breathing. God, look at his eyes.
Joe.
Funny weather for this time of year.
Pa, I can't find Eddie anyplace.
Go saddle the mare and ride into town and get the constable. It's time we settle this thing.
What do you think we ought to do, Joe?
I'll do it, Pa. It just might be, lady. I don't want to get her back.
This means so much to you. I'll go down there.
He's alive.
Lift him up. Easy now. Easy.
No one knows what happened down in that cave. Joe was a strong, intelligent man who had lived his entire life close to the earth. Never before had he intruded upon the affairs of that godless society that dwells deep within the bowels of the earth. But he did leave him. After a manner of speaking, somehow through this wild experience, he had lost his mind. He was insane, and spent the rest of his life in the state insane asylum. There is a bridge in our mind that leads through time and memory from what we know to shores beyond knowing. It sways high and darkly dangerous above the canyons of our disbelief, like some spectral span spun by devils for us to tread. To walk this bridge is to accept all kinds of possibilities, especially the most exciting possibility of all, the possibility of impossibility. Some tales of the impossible so capture the imagination that they quickly spread over much of the country. The Girl on the Bridge is such a tale. Countless variations of this story are told and retold. In North Carolina, it is the Lydia story. In Illinois, it's the Specter of the Mists. And in Texas, it's called the White Rock Lady. Dozens of interviews and hours of newspaper research trace the story's origin and consequent spread across the country, from central Arkansas, beginning in 1929. Come now and explore the possibility of the impossible. Come stand beside the Girl on the Bridge. Miss, are you all right? Are you hurt? Are you okay? Are you hurt?
No, I'm not hurt. Would you take me home?
Of course I'll take you home. But what happened to you? Are you here all alone?
I don't know. I'm afraid so.
Are you sure you're all right?
Please, just take me home.
Of course I will. Where do you live?
$3802 Kavanaugh. Near the park.
Now come along. Let me help you into the car. I'll see that you get home.
What happened?
I don't know.
Are you sure you're all right?
I have to go home. My father worried about me.
Susan?
Hello?
I want to talk to you. Sit down.
Again, Father?
Susan, I told you to stay away from that boy. And I mean it.
But I love him.
That isn't true. You don't even know what love is.
Don't I, Father?
No, you don't. And I want you to get rid of that boy. Or I will.
I love Paul, and I want to marry him.
Don't talk like a fool, Susan. I never want to see that boy around here again. And besides, he could never support you.
And Wesley Carver could. Is that it, Father?
Yes, he could give you everything you've always wanted.
Everything you've always wanted. All I want is Paul.
Susan!
I'd rather see you dead than married to that boy.
John? John?
Yes, what is it?
Why do you have to talk to Susan like that?
Because she's my daughter and I love her. Because I don't want to see her ruin her life.
And you think that loving and marrying Paul will ruin her life?
Emma, you know what that boy's family's like. He'll always be poor.
But you know that boy works very hard at making something of himself. He reminds me of someone I used to know. I don't think I know you now, John. I mean it. When did money start to mean more than your family?
It doesn't.
Really? You're willing to sacrifice your daughter's happiness for it. You're breaking her heart. And I am ashamed for you.
She'll get over it. In time. I think I know what's best for her. She's not to see Paul again. I don't understand why she doesn't like that Carver boy.
She doesn't like him, John. She does like him. She just happens to believe you should love somebody in order to marry them.
Don't talk like a fool, Susan. I never want to see that boy around here again.
I love Paul, and I want to marry him.
honey.
Oh, look. Here comes Susan with Wesley Carver. But I thought she was in love with Paul. She is, but her father's in love with the Carver money. She's not going to date Wesley, is she? Her father's trying to keep her from dating Paul, but guess who's in the gazebo? Paul?
Saturday night. Saturday night. Get a new car. Get a new car.
Hi, how'd you get away so soon?
Oh, it was easy. I sent Wesley out for some punch. He's probably looking everywhere for me right now. Oh, I can't say that. I love you.
I love you too.
What are we going to do?
I know what we could do. We could run away.
I've told you to stay away from that boy.
All mixed up.
You don't even know what love is.
Don't worry, Sue. I'll take care of you.
He could never support you.
Maybe we could talk to Father again, and he could give you some ideas.
We tried that. You know it. Our only chance is to go away. Together.
Yes, but maybe...
Susan, do you love me? Do you really, really love me?
Of course I do.
Then we'll work it out. We might not have much, but we will have each other.
We would be happy, wouldn't we?
You know we will.
There's no other way, is there?
What other way is there? Let's get married. Let's get married today.
Today? Married today?
Yes, today. Let's get married now. Right now.
All right.
You mean it. You really mean it.
I do.
go.
Hey, where are you going? They're getting married! The son of a bitch.
Good evening, sir. Yes. I hate to bother you like this, sir, but my name is Senator Brooksmeyer. I have a young lady in the car who says she lives at this address. Now, she's quite upset and seems to have been in an accident of some sort.
You've made a mistake. I'm sorry.
You're willing to sacrifice your daughter's happiness for it. You're breaking her heart. And I am ashamed for you.
You must have the wrong address. She's gone.
Gone? But I would have heard the car door. What's happening?
I don't know, but I'm sure going to find out. Sir, if you just explain this to me.
Let me step outside. Close the door. I don't want my wife upset again.
I don't understand any of this, sir.
My daughter was in an accident on Woodson Road by the old bridge.
That's right. That's where we found her. But how did you know?
Let me try to explain. She was standing there. You stopped to help. And she asked you to bring her to this address.
Well, that's right. Yes.
There's only one thing wrong, Senator. That accident happened many years ago.
we could go back to yesterday and live it all again. I know that if we'd had the time, things would have changed. I think that our life would be better than the same. Wish I still had the kind of life I once had with you. If all the nights were like the kind I once shared with you. If there were only something I could do, it's so hard to breathe after loving for all my dream, looking back on a life that used to be. Never really understanding why you had to leave. If we could go back and change all that's been done, then perhaps this lonely time never would have
It has been said that our lives are merely bridges through time. But what of death? We know where death begins. But across what does it span? Where does it lead? These are questions Susan could easily answer if we could but find her. And this too is possible. For dozens of people, including the senator, say she still stands upon the bridge waiting, perhaps for you, to pass her way once more.
Do we make these memorials to the dead to help us remember? Surely we would never forget those we once loved. Then is there some other reason, some obscure force buried deep in the racial memory of man that makes us create a ceremony whenever one of us crosses over to the next portion of eternity? Can we measure that force, the force released by a death? And do we know what form it may take? We know what energy is released by a birth, by the start of a life in this plane. We celebrate it joyously at every anniversary. But what about its opposite? The energy released in this plane of existence when a life comes to an end. Doesn't some portion of it pass to those who loved him? Haven't you noticed that? The ones left behind seem somehow stronger, even in the midst of their grief. Look at the dead boy's mother. Her occult powers, never manifested before, are almost irresistible.
Listen you well to my word. One by land, two by sky. Look to the heptagon, for it is there. 7 times around go the 3 of you. And may your reward be just and true.
Now, what about Johnny's death, the accident that set in motion this whole train of events? Was it an accident? Was his death the climax of some unfathomable plan rather than a mindless happening? His mother, remember, was the seventh daughter of a seventh son. Her powers were real, even if unknown to her until Johnny's death. Before you dismiss this as an unfortunate accident, consider for a moment the incredible chain of coincidental conditions that had to be met. An address to send Johnny to, chosen at random. A woman at home alone who opened her door to a stranger at night. A careful husband who left his wife a loaded automatic with the safety off.
Who's there?
It's me, Darlene. Johnny. You know, Randy called.
Who do you want?
Oh, come on, Darlene. Don't put me down. Just open the door.
There's no one here by that name. This is the Wilson residence.
They're named Darlene?
No, young man. You've probably got the wrong address. And besides that, you're liable to get hurt. Walking up to a strange house in the middle of the night. Why, I've got my husband's pistol out, and I certainly don't want to hurt anybody. Ah! Oh, dear God!
Death. Sudden. Violent. This is the trauma that will reinforce the thrust of the mind. Turn loose the death force, that strange parallel to the life force. Where will that force go? Do you know? And are you altogether sure you would want to know? Let us consider witchcraft for a moment. Genuine witches are difficult to identify. They operate without a license. They're not required to register anywhere. But witchcraft is booming in America and England. Thousands of people are dabbling in black or white magic. Surely then, witches must reveal themselves from time to time, if only to keep the faith of the coven fresh and strong. Witchcraft began apparently with earliest mankind. Once it was called the old religion, probably tribal fertility rites forced underground by religious persecution. Experts in occult matters claim to trace the origins of black magic to migrations from the lost continent of Atlantis, the last of which reached Egypt, where the powerful secret diagrams were recorded in the Egyptian Book of the Dead. The Egyptian Book of the Dead, famous as the source of most of today's rituals in the occult. In a matter of magic, whether white or black, the key ingredient is belief. And who can measure the power of suggestion, which is where belief begins? Remember, this suggestion by Johnny's mother was reinforced by the boy's death. If a victim is at all susceptible to suggestion and knows a curse was put on him, the knowledge alone may be enough to do him in one way or another.
Whatever's out there in that hole ain't human or animal. It's the work of the devil.
What do you believe? Because belief will make it so. The power of man's mind, the power of his belief, is only now beginning to be understood. Be careful above all of what you decide you want, the wise man said, because you will probably get it. These men are making ready to explore an unknown, but they have already convinced themselves of the nature and quality of what they will find there. They are expecting evil, anticipating enemy rather than friend, danger rather than promise. I ask you, what did you expect them to find? Because they did.
Man, I wouldn't go down there for $1 million.
If I gave you $1 million, I wouldn't want you to go down that hole on the end of a rope.
Well, if I went down there, I wouldn't want you on the top end either.
All right, you men, hold on tight to the end of that rope. It's plenty deep. And there may be water down there, too. All right, let's get it over with. Got that lantern ready?
Oh, my God.
What was the exact moment when Joe decided to say goodbye to his wife by dropping the photograph from the wall? Or was that something Joe decided? Was it a voluntary thought, powered by the extreme fear that gripped him? Or involuntary, the last lucid flash before his sanity went? We remain baffled by the power of rational thought, by the hidden sources of creativity, by the marvels the human mind can conceive and achieve. We have attacked the brain with scalpel, drugs, electricity, but the suspicion grows that its secrets are beyond us. Is the mind more than the brain? It is beginning to appear that there is almost nothing the mind cannot do, from controlling the subtle nuances of our own bodies to hurling unlikely technical complexities across the galaxies. May it not then preside over its own death in some peculiar fashion we may never understand? Some fashion we may never want to understand? Would understanding bring greater fear? But we must work our way past fear if mankind is to go on. The next great step in the evolution of man is to learn about his mind, his brain. Not only where it came from, we make educated guesses about that, but more important, where can it possibly go? Given the courage to overcome fear, what can we learn about ourselves? The Girl on the Bridge is a classic ghost story. Classic because it is a keystone of our culture. The dear departed who do not quite depart. Why can't they let go? Is it because we can't let go of them? Is our love the anchor that holds some part of them near?
Miss, are you all right?
Maybe it is something even stronger than love, more enduring, like obligation, the belief that there is something you must do. And remember, in the enchanted room, in the unique miracle of the mind, what you believe to be true either is true or your mind will make it so.
So Randy Powell went skydiving. What was it that woman named Camille said? 1 by land and 2 by air. Didn't Frank say that he found a heptagon to be a 7-sided figure? And didn't Dave die 7 days after Johnny's funeral? And Frank 14 days after? What is the reality and what is the illusion? Our story doesn't tell us. But I wonder if Randy knows that it's the 21st day.
Listen, you. 1 by land, 2 by sky. Look for the heptagon, for it is there. 7 times around go the 3 of you, and may your reward be just and true.